Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. You can follow us, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel at Joey143Jenny. So today I want to work on Roxy Creations weekly challenge. I haven't ever done one of her weekly challenges while she's doing the weekly challenge, but I had some time to watch one today and I thought, oh, I need to do a few things for this upcoming journal, plus just for my, my ephemera stock. And I thought it was really a really neat idea. She said in the video that she'd done it before, but it's good to, kind of go back and look at some of the things that you like to do. So I've never done this one and I'm excited to do it. I also wanted to show you the Etsy digitals I'll be using, and then also I'll be using just some paper, some book pages, and I was going to use a floral book that I have, but I can't find it. And this book is gigantic, so me not being able to find it, I have no idea what I've done with it. It's huge. But anyways, then also I got my different rulers out that I use to tear with, and I thought I would just show you what they all look like if you haven't ever used them before. So I think I'm going to show you these Etsy's, and then I'm going to use the tear ruler as examples, and then we'll just get started. And I probably will only do one or two of these on the video because Rachel is so fast at doing them. I am very slow, so I don't want to take up, an hour just showing you how to do one. But so I didn't just buy these, but this is when you go to Etsy, if you look at, this is the one I love. I think I shared it on another one, Roxy Creations backgrounds. This is the Blue Kit one. This is the one I told you about that I bought twice because I just could not find where I had stored this one, and I for the life of me couldn't find it on my Etsy purchases, so I purchased it again. So I'm going to be using one or two of these for sure because I love them so much. So that's what it's called there. Now this is somewhat current of a price. I don't know by the time you purchase what the price is, if that's what you want, so don't go by that necessarily. Just go to Etsy and look at Roxy Creations. This is one of the beautiful digitals that I want to use for this project. And this is for my peacock. Well, all of them, well, at least some of them will be for the peacock journal I'm preparing for. And this one I got from Vintage by Me on Etsy. Again, the price could be changed. I did print this morning or today. So as of today, it is 70% off. If this is a digital that you like, this might be the day to get it. I don't know how long it'll last. And then I printed these a while back and haven't used them yet. I'm super excited. These are Masterboards Black and White Edition, and this is by Kate Craft Stores on Etsy. I really don't know. Yeah, I did it back in December. I'm really not sure what I paid for it. Probably not much. Rachel's is probably the one I pay the most for, just simply because I have to have some of her digitals because they're absolutely gorgeous, and I can use them in so many different journals, cards, tags, things that I make that don't go in journals, so I just feel like it's justified, and I use them over and over and over unless I lose it like I did this time. So here's one by Kate Craft Store, and so here's a pretty masterboard that she's put together, and this particular kit has several pages of masterboards, so I'll be using that. And then I cut out a few. These are some fussy cuts. This is from A Little Journal Time and on Etsy, and I got this one also in December. I love mushrooms. And I cut it, you can see I've fussy cut it already. Some of them I left the little thing at the bottom, so if this one got away from its brothers and sister pages that I would remember. But aren't those so pretty? You can use them in so many different ways, and I thought they might look nice on some of these book pages even. Okay. So that's the hope is to use some of those. But then what I wanted to do is just kind of show you the difference in what it looks like when you use these tear rulers. Let me just do this one at a time. So this is just a regular school ruler. It has that metal rim, which I like. And so I'm just going to try to get it somewhat straight. Give it a tear. And this one pretty much rips. So I don't know if you can see that. And I believe the reason is because there's such a gap between, you know, the straight edge and the metal. And so really that straight edge is more for aligning, like if you were to write or draw a line or something. It's not necessarily meant for you know, tearing. So then just to show you, I just wanted to call out the edges with a little bit of vintage photo, just so you can see. So that one's very, very rough. I do not use that to tear, but I wanted to show you in comparison. And I just put ink in my on my old pad, which will last forever. Okay, so that's this one. We'll put that there. And then this is the one I use a lot. So this is just a metal ruler. I think I got it maybe $1 at Walmart. And I usually flip it over because it does have, you know, so like when you're measuring or drawing a straight line, it does have this cork on the bottom so it doesn't scooch, you know, too much. But when I tear, I flip that over just so I don't have the situation that happens with this one where you have a gap. So I turn it over. The most important thing is to really hold the ruler down. So I do that if I just want a little bit of a tear, you know, a tear seam or whatever you want to call it. It's not very rugged or anything, but it's not like a cut. So then I just, I use that one. It gives it just a little bit of a rough look. I don't know why, but the video looks dark to me. I hope it's not. Okay, so I'll put that here. Okay. This is We Are Memory Keepers. I got this on Amazon. It came as these 3 together. This one, I really love this tear side here a lot. The problem is I'm just not as good at tearing with it. I think part of it is because it has this gap in between, and so I forget to hold this side down. I just hold it like I would my other one, and I forget that you really have to hold that side down to get a nice crisp, well, I don't know, but you know what I mean, like a nice crisp tear. So then that gives a really fun kind of deckled. I'll see if I can find some dark paper to show you those against. Okay, so now this one, this will be super fun. I have used this one only a couple of times. I think it's because I just forget about it. But let's see. Kind of pulling at a 45. So what happens is the big zigzag is a little bit harder to get by. And you can see I kind of goofed it up a little bit, but it does leave a really fun edge. Let's make sure we get it good so you can see that. It leaves a fun edge. Takes a little bit of time, but it leaves a fun edge. So we'll put those 2 there. Okay. All right, now I think I'm going to use another piece of paper for this. Okay, give myself a little wiggle here. All right, so now I'm using this other We Are Memory Keeper. The best thing to do, and I'm not the best at this because usually my desk isn't super clean, is to have nothing under it. You know, like not a bunch of papers and everything that could prop this up and make it wiggly. So, all right, so here, this is, wow, that, I've never used this one. So that really tore nice. Very, very easy. What a fun wave. I should have done this when I made the journals for cruises. I made 4 cruise journals. Should have used that. That is super fun. And then of course I would have used a blue or something, and I probably wouldn't have used just white paper. All right, that was fun. So now I'm going to flip it over and go on this side. I'm going to hold. Yeah, it looks pretty straight. I'm going to hold this down. Oh, yeah. Oh, that also tore very nice. I'm certain it's because they're nice and rounded. What fun that is. There's a little snip there, but I could trim that off, no problems. That's super fun. I can see me just tearing strips, you know, because if you tore that and then you went here and you tore it again, what a fun design that would make. Or if you flipped it this way and tore it again, what a fun design that would make. Okay, well that was super fun. All right. One more and then we'll get started. Okay, so this one's zigzaggy. I'm wondering how that's going to go. We'll see. Yeah, a little tougher to get past the zigs and the zag, but not impossible, and it was pretty clean. Now, if you have a thinner paper, I'm sure that would, you know, maybe a book page or something, that might work a little bit better. It's a little bit fussy to put the distress on, but nothing we can't get past. All right, so now let's try this side. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay. Yeah. So that was fun. I'm glad I did that because honestly, I haven't used these last two tear rulers, and then the other one that you can do is just simply tearing. Now, I know I said something about this before, but it's basically how you tear. So you can tear bringing your right hand forward, the paper forward, or the left forward, and when you do, it splits the paper differently. It leaves the back of the paper different. And there's no right or wrong. It just gives a different look depending on how you do it. I do like to do this kind of tear quite a bit too. It's a very, you know, obviously a very natural tear. Okay. All right, so now let's take a look at the different tears. I can get this up. Oh my goodness, what? Can't get it up. There we go. Oh my gosh, I could not get that off the table. They're slick and I couldn't get it up. Okay, so there's those two. I'm going to put this one, I'll put it over here. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at these. Do I have, yeah, let me see if I can get this. This looks better. Maybe this will show better. I don't know. It's, let's see here. So let's see. Okay, so we had this was the chewy ruler. This is the normal ruler on this side. This is the tear ruler from We Are Memory Keepers. And this is the opposite side of that tear ruler. And then here's the other tear ruler. And it had this one next. No, it had this. It goes like this. Those two. And then we had the zigzag, which probably was one of the most difficult. That one and this one I felt like were the most difficult. And that one, and then here's just a regular tear. So that was fun. I'm glad I did that. And I hope that inspires you to use your tear rulers if you have them and you haven't been using those. I hope it does, and I hope it you don't have. I hope it also shows you that you don't have to go out and buy stuff like that. Again, this is one of my favorite, just naturally tearing it. This is the one I use the most, and then I do use this one. I do, yeah, I use this one as well. But you know, I can totally live life comfortably and happy without spending a lot of money on a ruler. All right. Well, I'm going to put these over here to get them out of the way if I can pick them up. I don't know why I'm having trouble picking these up over this table. There we go. Okay, so now let's go to Rachel's challenge. Rachel's weekly challenge. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to do Rachel's paper first. Okay, and I am going to tear that off. Probably should have done that first. Oh, I hope I can remember how she did this. This is where it's really important to hold it tight, is when you have just a teensy tiny bit of paper under there. Not too bad. Nothing a little ink won't get rid of, you know, that little part that maybe I messed up. Okay. All right, now, oh, I hope I can remember how she did this. Okay, now, one thing is important to, like, if you have a directional, so this one is directional because it has some writing and then the flowers are kind of coming up. So I kind of want to remember that. All right, so one thing I remember she did is she turned an edge over like so. And then she glued that down. I think I'm going to get my bone folder out just to kind of... Now, if you don't have a bone folder, don't worry about that. You can use the edge of your scissors. You can use, you know, like I did the other day, you can use one of your old gift cards. Let me see. Like that. That's that Jimmy John one. Okay. And I'm just going to glue this down. You could use your glue stick too. I'm kind of not wanting to get out a bunch of paper and stuff right now, and I don't want to, you know, my glue, like my glue book. All right, now let's see. Then what she did. Okay. Okay, then she folded this up. Oh, I hope I'm doing this right. She folded this up. Okay. And then folded this over, leaving just a smidgy gap there. Okay, I think so far I'm getting it. Then glue just these two sides. Brother. One side and the bottom. Okay, it does look, did I do that right? Does it look right? Maybe. And then she took and did put a little thumb hole. I'll clean that mess up. She put a little thumb hole here. Now, if you don't have, you know, something to do a thumb hole, I think I mentioned before, for the longest time, I just traced this and cut it out. Like I just did half of a circle here and cut it out. Easily you could do that. So I didn't, it doesn't look like I folded that very well. So let me just cut that before I go any further. Okay. All right. Okay, now she did a little thumb hole here. Okay, now I gotta get a book out because I gotta see if I did this right. All right, let me just find a book here. All right, let's pretend this is, I don't think I did that right. If this is my journal, yeah, okay, if this is my journal, get my book weight here that my sister made and gave to me. So if this is my journal, I'm going to slip this over the page like this, and I'm just going to glue here and here and make a pocket here. And then this will just open, so you can keep whatever you have here. This will open, you keep whatever you have here, but you have a pocket right here. Okay, so it kind of makes its own hinge. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm going to see if I can make another one, if I can remember how to make another one. I think once you get going, you know, you can do it. All right, let me see. I don't want to spend too much time tearing off that, so let me put that aside and let's get this one. Okay, so let's do this side this time. We can just turn it over under. And the reason that Rachel was mentioning, the reason to turn this under right here is to reinforce, you know, in and out when you're taking things in and out of your pockets, as well as it reinforces for you to use the, you know, the thumb punch to do that. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and now I made this one the opposite so I could go on the other side of the page. I am going to have to trim that. I see a little bit of a little bit of white down here. I'm going to make this one a little bit thinner. It reminds me of a coin envelope too. Okay. I think that's pretty. Yeah. All right. Let's give it a little punch. Just kind of eyeball the middle. Just like a little punch there. Little punch here. Don't glue that down. That's what I have to keep telling myself. Don't glue that down. That glues down to in your journal. It's this that we're gluing down. And we're just going to glue. If you know how to glue in a straight line, this is going to be a lot of fun for you. For me, I usually have glue everywhere. And then I go back and try to fill in the gaps. All right. Yay, we did another one. Now that one needs to go in a tall journal, which is not a problem because I do make journals that are, you know, every size, so I'm not concerned about that. But you could, do I have any more of that one? Well, let's do another Rachel. You could slim her down. No, here, let's do this one. If I can grab it. Okay, so that's going to be really pretty. So I want this to show. Look how big that's going to be very, very tall. 8.5. So I'm going to make it a little slimmer. So this is 11 high. And I know my journal is not going to be 11 high. I don't think it's going to be more than 9 inches high. Now the great thing about these digitals is, let's say I mess up, but I really want this in my book, in my journal. That's okay, you can print it again. So I think I'm going to try to go 8.5. So what I'm going to do is take a little off the top. I'm going to try to go right around that line there. Okay. And about this line here. Okay. And those will be fun to like use in a collage or something. Look how pretty that is. Yeah, that'll look really pretty in a collage for that journal. Okay, so there's that. And then this is going to fold over. Another thing that Rachel did, another variation of this, was where she didn't turn this down to make it, you know, a pocket like we've been doing. She actually just glued this section to the journal. So you could do that as well. Probably if you did that, you probably wouldn't need to fold it this thick. You could probably just fold it an inch or something like that. I think that's going to be very pretty. Now, this is going to be glued down. Oh yeah, and this will be too, so you won't see any of that white, so that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Rachel's thought of everything. Now, Rachel, this is amazing. She's a pro. She will do, I don't even know how many, so many. She does a mass make like we're doing here, but she really does them quick. She does as many as she can in 40 minutes, and I just, that's crooked, but I think, let's see if I can get it. I made it a little crooked, but we'll see if we can get it. But anyways, so yeah, hers are, she gets so much done. I might have made it even more crooked. Oh well, the junk journal. And in her mass make, which probably once I get to going, because I can see how these would be really wonderful as a mass make, but in her mass make, what she'll do is she'll fold them all first. And this is such a great way to do any of these projects, is an assembly line type style. She'll fold them all first, then she'll glue them all, then she'll thumb hole punch them all. You know what I mean? So then it's a true assembly type style. I'm going to find that center there. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I think that's going to be great. That's going to look super cute. And then you could put, like Rachel mentions, putting, you know, if you're concerned about this, you could put some washi down that or something. So I think those are going to be super cute. I'm really happy with them. So we made 1, 2, 3. We haven't decorated anything yet, but let's see if we can get one of these done and decorated, and then decorate it, and then maybe that'll do it. I do not mind this, you know, that funky edge. So let's see, what do I want? I think I'm going to keep that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's keep that. And this one I think we'll do like what Rachel was talking about, where she just used it as a hinge, and then you could open it up. You know, you hinge this, and then this, you know, goes by itself. I'll show you here in a minute. But what I would like to do is maybe cut this in half and make a smaller one. So I'll make 2. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. So we're going to glue this. So I think, okay, so this has a chunk out, and I like the chunk, but I'm going to glue it right here because that's really going to be the extent of the pocket, is going to be right through here. So I'll need to have a skinny guy in there. So I'm not going to hole punch, or I'm not going to thumb punch that. I'm just going to thumb punch this one. I think I'm going to use the 1-inch hole punch for that. Okay, and then let's get this book again. Pretend it's my journal. All right, how does this work? Okay, so then I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to glue this down here, so it's just going to hinge. And then when I flip it over, I have this nice pocket. Yeah, you could decorate both sides. Let's do this one real quick. And then I think we'll try to decorate these two. This one, I think we could use the entire pocket. I don't think that's going to make a big difference there. And you have a little bit of space there. You do want a little bit of space because, as Rachel explains in her video, it makes it pivot and the hinge works better. Maybe not as much space as I've put here, but you do want a little bit of space. Okay. I did those both on the same side. That's all right. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little bit of some type of paper or something across there. Here's these are just scraps. And of I don't know what. Scraps of I don't know what. Hey, that's fun. Okay, let's just use it. Get it torn nicely. Then I am going to distress it a little bit. Glue that down there. I think I got a little bit, maybe a little bit more off. I think I'll take it off the bottom. It's hard to decide because they both have some fun writing on it, but it's not going to fit. It'll get in the way of that hinge. There we go. Is there anything else that we like? There's a little piece. No, I think these are all. Yeah, there's a. That might be fun. Okay, put those back. Let's just get this one done. I am going to use a scratch of this and distress it just a smidge. I didn't cut. This one I fussy cut out of that digital, and I didn't cut it like great because you know I figured I would distress it. So I'm going to go ahead, get this down. Probably only have time to decorate one. I'm going to cross over a little bit from that fold. I think that's okay because I'm still within room here. And gently. Oh. Okay. Try to make it straight. And then I do have some of my Tracy Fox. You've seen me use these before, my Tracy Fox labels. That might be fine. I do want to distress the edges so you can at least outline it so you can see it better on there. Super fun. I put this on label paper or sticker paper. I've also put it on just regular copy paper, and then you can just, you know, cut it out and glue it. But I think it's nice to have it like that, to where you can just stick it on there. Okay, I really like that. I really like that. It's a little grungy. Turned out good. This one, I'll probably put maybe a butterfly on there. It's so pretty with that already. Trumpet flower. Maybe I'll put that in my garden journal. We'll see. Anyways, I hope you had fun. I hope I did. I love doing figuring out the paper tear rulers. That was fun. And I loved Rachel's challenge. So if you want to do it or just You know, do it for not every week, but just once in a while, like when you have time like me. Yeah, just go. You can hashtag Roxy's Weekly Challenge, or go to her YouTube, Roxy Creations. It was super fun. And if you hashtag Roxy's Weekly Challenge, you'll see all kinds of really talented people and what they've created, because everybody puts their own spin on things. And it's super fun. I've really gotten a lot out of just even watching it. Inspiration, you know? So, all right, everybody, will have a great day. Hope you have a super week. And don't forget to subscribe and share. And blessings to everyone. Bye-bye.